EA Games. Well, this was an interesting one, I'll tell you that. Straight out the gate, boom, Mass Effect Andromeda. That's it. An announcement trailer. That's all we got. Jumping straight into things with Need for Speed. This thing looks spectacular. Graphics on par with Forza, in my opinion. We're seeing this game being run as a multi-stage, almost a look back on the history of the series. You know, their focus is speed, style, building, cruise, and pursuits. Looks good, man. Street racing looks straight out of Fast and the Furious. Open world gameplay, which I think was the Underground series. Customize your cars up the arse. The 5 stories that are in this are supposed to overlap, and we got a release date of November 3rd, 2015. Boom! Info. I haven't played Need for Speed in quite a while. Mainly because you had to get a high-end PC to play it on PC, or the console ports were just crap. So, this might be the one to bring me back. You've done so good so far, EA. Just going straight from something good to something that's a bit of a letdown. Star Wars: The Old Republic getting an expansion called Knights of the Fallen Empire. This is supposedly going back to BioWare storytelling style, player-driven choices in how the story ends up running. Supposedly it's about 2 brothers and stuff like that, more companions and stuff, bits and pieces. 27th of October 2015 it comes out. It is free to all the Old Republic subscribers, so if you subscribe to get that game, you're getting this for free. If you're not subscribing to the game, you're going to have to pony up some dollars. Which is fair enough, considering that they want to do a subscription and free-to-play model at the same time. They're going to make concessions somewhere, so when it comes to an expansion, if you're subscribed, you get the expansion. If you're not subscribed, you have to pay dollars for it. Blizzard, are you listening? Seriously. Blizzard should look at something like that. Either you play for free, and you pony up the money for the expansions, or if you're subscribed, you get the game. You get the expansion for free. It's a great idea. I like the idea. Blizzard, are you listening? So we go straight from that into probably the cutest reveal of E3. Unravel. This little yarn character, think sort of Sackboy mixed with that Woolly Yoshi thing that Nintendo are producing. It's a puzzle platformer. It's physics based. It looks cute as all hell. Supposedly, the yarn that you're using in each level is constantly unraveling. So I'm guessing that's a timed life mechanic or something. The yarn can be used to pull, swing, create trampolines, and all sorts of stuff. It looks cute. It looks like something I could probably get my mother to play. And it looks like something I might even get a go at. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this game develops. No release date as of yet, but it was a good enough teaser to get us interested. Then we got into one of their bigger key reveals. We saw this at Microsoft. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. The idea behind this is bigger, crazier, and more fun. Considering that they had over 6 million people get the last game, cool, they want to continue. The story behind this, zombie-controlled city, so more zombie-focused this time, less plant-focused, which is pretty cool. You get 6 new classes, 3 of which they showed off. The Imp, the Super Brains, and Deadbeard. Basically, the Imp is a fast guy, Super Brains is a big tough brawler type, and Deadbeard is your sniper type. They showed this off in a 4-player co-op game. Looks pretty cool. The Imp got a mech at one point, which is full on. Love it. They added this time solo play, so instead of having to be a purely online experience, you do get solo play. basically means you're stuck with AI, but for those like me who either don't have a really good connection when it comes to these online games, for some reason console games are connecting at crap speeds, yet I can still play something like World of Warcraft on like the tiniest latency ever. Good thing for old players of Garden Warfare, all your character unlocks transfer over, so make sure you keep that save file. Free content updates are also coming. All of this due spring 2016, so we have about a year before you get it. We got into the sports stuff straight after this. We got to see hockey. It's hockey. That's about all I can really say about it. I'm not a hockey person. What they showed, they didn't even really show much in the actual game. They just showed hockey trailer. Roy McAvoy PGA, July 14th, has a mix of real world and fantasy. The interesting thing about this is meant to be no load times. Streamless play the entire game, which, if that's the way they want to work it, and start moving this stuff over to all the sports game where there is no loading at all, I'm happy. NBA Live 16, the whole thing is about style. They bring out this new app for the face scan, which is done via your phone. That looks sick. Please import that into all your other games. You know, I want to scan my own face and put it in NBA. I want to put it in Madden. I'll even put it in Roy McAvoy PGA. Supposedly the other things in NBA Live 16, new shot system, and just more control over how you play, which is great. In sports games, the more control you have over an individual player, the better it's going to be. NBA Live 16 is due out September 29th. So I'm guessing just in time for the next NBA season. That it's just ended, but whatever. Overall, these sports games have a particular theme. Ultimate Team seems to be coming across the board. Updates, just constant updates, which they're doing with every other EA title that they've done in the sports franchise. Great, I love it. Up-to-date rosters and stats and everything. Yo beauty. But the best thing about all this, better training. That's great. Like, EA games, sports games in particular, have become so complex that going into the training mode is mandatory. And they've decided to compress that down. While it is still mandatory, it's not as cumbersome. It's now more, if you start to miss something, they're going to point it out and help you to train you to be a better EA Sports player. Which, awesome. We take a short break from sports to talk about mobile gaming. It seems that EA wants a little bit of that Hearthstone money. They're going Star Wars, Galaxy Heroes. It's a collectible card game, that's all we know. They've also jumped into the builder game market once again. They did it with Sims. Now, Minions. Yes! Goddamn Minions. I hate these type of games with passion, only because timers, they want that microtransaction money. But God, it's Minions. I like Minions. Everybody loves Minions. Minions! So after that we got a Pele interview. I'm not a soccer person, so I skipped it, which is why you're not seeing any of it. Then they went into FIFA 16. Focus on defense, sharper passing, more magic moments in the third part, or the third quarter or half, or whatever you goddamn call it. The FIFA trainer is more advanced than ever, thank God, because that I've got soccer games from review copies, and man, soccer games are complex as hell. Having a trainer in there, thank God. The other thing that they promoted was that there are women's teams in it this year. Yay, equality. Speaking of women, Mirror's Edge Catalyst was the next game up on the list. Same type of thing. It's the oppression story. This is the origin of the Faith character. It's a prequel to the original Mirror's Edge. More focus on the parkour action deal. So your free running mixed with martial arts is a lot bigger, better. No levels or loading times in this. That's a big plus. It's true freedom in an open world environment. To me, those shiny graphics look amazing. I didn't get into the first Mirror's Edge game because the controls were a bit fiddly and it felt very linear. This one, man, if they can keep to that, no loading or levels deal, true freedom in an open world, oh, dude, have my money. 23rd of February 2016 is when they're looking at getting this out, so go EA, get this one out. I might actually spend the money. We jump back into the final sports game of the evening. Good old Madden! Football! Yeah! Their focus this year seems to be fantasy drafting. I've played maybe one fantasy league in my life. I actually did quite well at it, and that was the time where I knew absolutely next to nothing about NFL football. Now I'm a bit more knowledgeable about players and stuff like that. I am now a big Seahawks fan personally, so guess what team I'm playing? With their fantasy draft, they are including current and past players, so you're going to have a lot of your legends, your Dan Marinos and such. It still seems a bit too stat heavy for me, but I might give it a try. I don't just want to play straight season mode this time round. The other thing with this drafting system is that you can play as that drafted team online or solo. That's pretty cool. But the big gameplay change for this year, Madden 15 was all about defense, all about your defensive plays. The Madden 25 game was just a hallmark of celebration of the series. This time, it's about being the playmaker. Basically, more focus on passing game, as in the actual NFL. You get to control the catching player as well before you catch the ball, so you have different catching styles, which is awesome. More throwing styles, more catching styles. And of course, defense is still a priority. When you're on defense, you want to make sure you get those hard-hitting tackles. They are making sure that you can do it this time, because this time you play as those characters instead of throwing the ball and hoping your receiver catches it before you can gain control. You're going to gain control of the catcher before you catch the ball, and it's up to you to catch it properly. That's just going to make things a bit more frustrating, but it's going to make things a bit more interesting at the same time. Madden 16 is coming out August 25th, 2015. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hype. Beast mode! So, of course, we've got to finish up with Star Wars Battlefront, right? It's a given. It's the big game everybody is wanting to hear more info about, and we got info. The teaser was no joke. Those graphics are absolutely stunning. You get X-Wing versus TIE Fighter fighting battles. Your multiplayer maps can hold anywhere from 8 to 40 players at the same time, including actual story characters. Playing as Darth Vader? Check. Playing as Luke Skywalker? Check. Deciding to meet each other in the Battle of Hoth to kill each other? Yeah. Awesome. You also get to play in the AT-AT. Now, I said to friends of mine when this came about that you wouldn't get the chance to play in the AT-AT. That it was something that they were just teasing for the heck of it. Okay, I was wrong, but at the same time, I can still be correct. I don't believe it is free as you're playing as an Empire soldier. You get to run up to an AT-AT, climb in and play. And start going with it. Other things in this, third and first person play this thing looks absolutely gorgeous. And if we're getting these graphics this early into the life cycle of the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, oh my god, can you imagine the game that we're going to get near the end of it? It's going to be amazing. So that was the end of EA, and man, they left me with some hype. Madden 16 I'm hyped about, man. Star Wars I'm hyped about. Need for Speed, something I haven't played in years, I'm hyped. Mirror's Edge, something I gave up on in the last game that I want to pick that goddamn thing up again. Minions! Goddamn Minions, man! I hate mobile games like that, but Minions! Unraveled is looking excellent. Hell, I even want to play Roy McAvoy Golf when it comes out in a couple of weeks. Well, about a month. Wow. Like, EA actually surprised me this year. Maybe because I've become more of an American sports fan. So, yeah, EA, man. Probably number 2 press conference for the actual straight developer conferences in my book. Bethesda still won, but EA came in a close second, and who said you'd ever be saying that about EA? From one of the worst companies ever to something this hype. Damn.